Well, let me get your name for the record.
William Clifford.
William Clifford? And where are you from?
I'm from Orange County, but I live in the Bay Area for the most part. Okay, cool. It's kind of a trick question. I've been here for 3 years, so.
You feel like you're home here now, huh?
We're going to go on the ship and look at the last lifts for the tower section. They're the lift 4 section. It comes in 4 stages, 1 through 4, and then there's a top plate and a crown. And this is the last lift. Over there.
3 years. How have you liked it?
It's ups and downs. I've been here long enough to where the neat stuff, you know, it's kind of like living next to the Statue of Liberty. You know, you see it every day, you kind of get used to it. And then the stuff that most people can't deal with just becomes common nature.
And where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Galveston, Texas.
And how did you end up on this project?
I actually went on, like the other guys, on a website and saw an ad, you know, for testing. And I had been doing DSA work for California and OSHPOD, schools and hospitals, basically.
DSA testing is what?
DSA is the Division of State Architect. It's basically I was doing this QC, QA work, but it was for schools, and OSHPOD is for the hospitals.
So you're doing quality assurance is what it is?
Yeah, quality control, yeah. This is the top portion of the tower that will attach to the grillage.
And you were doing that for hospitals and stuff?
Yeah, I was a subcontractor. I had my own business, and basically the larger inspection firms, mainly the ones that did soils and concrete, they would sub out the QC for the steel. So I started my own business where basically I just worked as a subcontractor for those guys doing the little bits of steel here and there, you know. Longest job I ever had doing that was like a year. And then a lot of them just 1 or 2 days or a few weeks or a month.
Are there similarities between hospitals and bridges?
No, not really. This is an entirely different animal. It has its own code.
When did you see the ad on the web page?
I saw the ad in 2007. And actually I was working a long-term contract. It was the longest one I'd had at the point. So it took a few months for me to close out that work, and I started on the Oakland, the touchdown, where they were putting the pylons in where the bridge meets the land, basically.
Right, on the Oakland side.
And I did that for a few months. I started in December of 2007, and I was doing that for till April, actually. I got here April 6th of 2008.
And did you have any clue when you left Corpus Christi you'd be moving to Shanghai, China?
No, actually, I was only supposed to be here 3 months. Everyone had to do a 3-month rotation. And so after a few months, it was my turn. And I came out and I go, oh, let me try for 3 more months. Okay, let me, I'll try for 3 more months. And in April, it'll be 3 years.
So you like it here then?
It's not bad.
Well, what is it you like about it?
Well, the work is fine. I mean, it's what I do anyways, and it pays decent. A lot of hours makes up, for any shortcomings really as far as work goes. And then China, it's nice. I mean, it's like I said, there are things that you learn to deal with, and then there are things you learn to love. I like the food. I actually like Chinese food. I am one of the few people that gained weight when I got here. So that worked out. I like the people. There's little cultural differences. Someone passed away and they started a bonfire in the stairwell of my building.
Really?
Yeah.
They started a bonfire?
Yeah, it was a small one, but it was like some burning fake money and some blessings and things like that. They did that in the stairwell, so the whole stairwell filled up with smoke. These areas right here, what they have is they look like I-beams. They're called struts, and they connect at the top and bottom of the flanges, and they'll connect the 4 towers together. They're designed in case of a bad earthquake. That's where the strut, that's where it'll rupture. The struts will actually snap in a pre-planned position so that it doesn't damage the overall tower. And they're easy to replace. They're just, you crane them in, bolt them in, and you're good to go.
You're good to go.
I think the one thing that you never get used to though is everything's rushed. Very, very rushed. It's from just so many people being in one place. Everything's just constantly rushed, and you get in the subway and it's jam-packed. You get it. The bus stops here, and the Americans will sit there, and the foreigners will sit there, and and the guy in front of you gets up and walks out, you get up and walk out. In China, it's a mad dash to the front of the bus. So the guy in the back is trying to sprint down the aisle, you know, it's just very, very rushed. Everyone is always trying to get where they're going immediately.
Why do you think that is?
I chalk it up to 50 plus years of communism. If you didn't get there and get in front of the line, you didn't get anything, you know, because you're in. So it's just kind of a
first come, first serve.
Yeah, basically, you know, if you didn't get there, you didn't get it. You didn't get in line, you know.
So what are your impressions of communism?
This isn't communism. There's no communism left here. This is free market capitalism.
So your job was to inspect all the towers, right?
Yes.
That was your baby.
I'm the task leader for the tower.
And how'd it go?
Surprisingly well, actually.
Yeah?
Compared to the issues that they had in OBG, the deck section, we actually had very few problems.
So do you date over here?
My girlfriend's with me.
Oh, she's with you?
She came with me from the States. She's been here the whole time.
And how's she like it?
It's an adjustment. She gets bored sometimes, especially being on the island.
You live on the island?
Yeah, I live on the island. I'm one of the few people that actually still does.
Let me ask you about your impression of the project, working on the Bay Bridge. How do you feel about working for the bridge?
Oh, that's awesome. I wanted to work on this project before I actually found out I was going to work on the project.
You did?
Yeah, when I was visiting San Francisco from Orange County, it was when they were first starting to do the concrete roadway and all that. And I was like, man, that'd be so great to work on that. That'd be so great to work on that. And then finding the ad on the website was just like, wow, this is one of those things you just kind of you got to do, right?
And you thought you were going to be lucky to work in Oakland.
Yeah.
And here you are.
Yeah.
In Shanghai.
Yeah, I never imagined I'd be in China, that's for sure. Yeah, at one point we had 8 lifts in here, 4 per bay, filled up the whole length of it.
So the whole length was filled with the tower?
Yeah, these 2 bays were full of tower when we were at peak.
So this is part of your baby?
This is the grillage. This is what holds the top of the tower together.
And you've been working on this section too, obviously, doing the inspections?
Yeah.
By any chance, do you plan to be there the day the Bay Bridge opens?
Yeah, if I have any way to be there, yeah.
What will you feel that day?
Oh, I'd be ecstatic, man. I always tease the OBG guys, the roadway guys. You know, it's like nobody looks at the road when they're driving across that bridge. They look at the tower.
And the tower is your baby.
You know, and that's mine. That's me for the last 3 years. Strut.